X-Men the Animated Series previews coming right up. Mr. Clicks Flicks is brought to you by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama, home of the ROC. No matter if you're in the United States or around the world, Lucky Dice Cafe has the winning roll for all your gaming needs. You can visit them at luckydicecafe.com or on their Facebook page using the link found in the description of this video. Mr. Clicks Flicks is also brought to you by trollandtoad.com, one of the largest online gaming retailers. Use the promo code Mr. Clicks Flicks for 5% off your Heroclix order today. Alright guys, today we have a ton of X-Men the Animated Series Heroclix previews for you from the X-Men the Animated Series Dark Phoenix Saga Heroclix set, Marvel Heroclix, getting ready to come out in September, so place your pre-orders now. Both channel sponsors have pre-orders available right this second, so pause the video, go on over, place your pre-orders because this set looks very cool. Since we have so many previews, without any more blabbing by me, let's go ahead and just dive right in. Alright, so Mystique is number 38 in the set. She has the Brotherhood of Mutants, Freedom Force, Assassin, and Spy keywords. She has two traits. First one is called Shapeshifter. Shape Change. Free. Give a standard opposing character a Shapeshift token, removing it from anywhere else. That seems easy enough, but I'm not sure how we get those on there. When Mystique uses Shape Change, if there is a character with her Shape Change token on it, and the attacker doesn't have line of fire to them, she succeeds on a result of a 2 through 6. A character always has line of fire to itself. So she has a free action where she places that Shapeshift token on an opposing character. It doesn't say anything about line of fire or anything, so I guess you could just begin in the game, free action, and put it on somebody across the map, so that's pretty cool. And then if your opponent's force can't draw a line of fire to that character, or if the attacking character can't draw a line of fire to that character, she succeeds. She's got a 5 out of 6 chance, which is phenomenal. That's really good power for Mystique, and most teams have one figure that just kind of lags behind and works in the background, so might work for that, or on the right map you might be able to chop off some lines of fire. So pretty cool there, and even if you don't get to use it, it's still traded Shape Change. Then her other trait is My Mutants Brothers and Sisters. Once per turn, when an effect other than clearing removes an action token from Mystique, after resolutions heal her 1 click. So that's really cool. That'd be like leadership, and a few other effects for specific characters would do that. So that's pretty cool. She's 60 points, has the Brotherhood of Mutants team ability, 6 range, single target, 8 movement with stealth, 11 attack, precision strike, 17 defense with combat reflexes, 2 damage with leadership. Overall, I like her. If you can get a good use out of that Shapeshifter token, she definitely upset a few opponents, especially if you give her like a way to damage them without attacking. Although she does have that 11 attack with precision strike, so unless they have invincible, they're definitely, if she hits, at least taking 1 damage, so that's pretty cool there. Definitely would like picking her up, and I actually really like the sculpt, even though she's just kind of standing there. I like how they, like, you know, kind of wave the dress around a little bit, and have her with this, like, come at me, bro, kind of pose, so I definitely like her, and she seems like she's going to be a super rare, so. Up next is Pyro, number 39 in the set. He has the Brotherhood of Mutants and Freedom Force keywords. He has a trait, special on his attack, and a special on his damage. His trait is called My Mutants Brothers and Sisters, which is exactly the same as the one Mystique just had, so pretty cool there. Healing is always good. Then he has another special on his attack, which is called Too Hot to Handle, Energy Explosion, Poison. When Pyro uses Energy Explosion, you may choose that he has triple target, or after resolutions, he can use Barrier at no cost. Well, I know what I'm picking. Barrier at no cost for Energy Explosion, independent of whether you hit or not. Man, that seems really good. And it's full barrier. It's not just like 1 or 2 tokens. Definitely like that. I could see a ton of people picking that. I wish there was like a Pyro ID card. That would make this pretty broken, but definitely a strong ability there. Then his special on his damage is called Anyone Bringing the Marshmallows. Free, destroy an object with range, within range. Whenever Pyro uses a range destroy action to destroy a piece of blocking terrain, after resolutions, remove an action token from him. So that's pretty cool there. So what it seems like you might be able to do, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is you get him in there, you attack, independent of whether or not you hit, you barrier. Then you take a free range destroy action to destroy one of your pieces of blocking terrain, and then clear the action token you just gave Pyro for the initial energy explosion, thus making it so that Pyro can have free actions the entire game, is what I believe that means. You guys let me know in the comments below, because if that's how it is, independent of his dial, that's good. He could have 2s across the board, and that's still good. Just being able to barrier every turn. So, let's see here. He is 50 points. Oh, man, that's so good for that ability. So, he's 50 points. Has the Brotherhood of Mutants team ability. 6 range, single target. 8 movement with running shot. 10 attack with that special. 17 defense, energy explosion. 3 damage with range combat expert. So, you're able to... Basically, you got a 10 square swing to run it in there and hit. Oh, man, that's so good. And 50 points, you can run 2 of them. Man, I want this figure. So you can running shot in and attack. And there's all sorts of gross things you can put on this figure anyway, just to make it so his attacks are more heinous. Then you can free barrier, or you can triple target, but free barrier is on the right map, just flat out broken and disgusting. So free barrier. Then, one of the markers that you didn't care about, like you just placed somewhere because you had to, you can free action destroy it. Oh, wait, no. His free destroy is destroy an object within range, and the barrier is not an object. So, basically, peel back my excitement a little bit, but this is still really good. I was going to say, there's no way they made it so he could just withdraw tokens. Although there's plenty of figures that can just make tokens, and I'm definitely going to make a video about that. But the ability to just running shot in there, energy explosion, and then free barrier is super good. And then there's a bunch of figures that just make light and heavy objects that you can free destroy to do some cool stuff. And then when he range destroy action, destroy a piece of blocking terrain. After resolutions, remove an action token from him. So, basically, you don't get any... So, what this looks like to me is there's no drawbacks, really, to using him to just auto-destroy a piece of opposing blocking terrain because you remove the action token from it. So, that's pretty cool there. Okay. I definitely still want him. Just pulling that expectation back a little bit. Still, the running... Even independent of that, just running shotting in and free barriering is phenomenal. And then to close out his dial, he has a 12 attack with Pulse Wave. Whew, that's a good figure. Definitely need one. All right, next up is number 29B, Morph. This is the Prime version. So he has the Marauders, Assassin, and Spy keywords. He has 2 traits and a special on his movement. His first trait is called Impersonate, Shape Change, but succeeds on a 4 through 6. When Morph uses it and succeeds, you may choose a new target and may choose a character friendly to the attacking character. Target must be legal otherwise. This comes up a few times a year for different figures. I always like this kind of ability. I wish, you know, considering how good Mystique's thing is, I wish it was like a 3 through 6. But, you know, we can't all get what we want. But, then his other trait is, We Thought You Were Dead. Whenever a character is KO'd after resolutions, you may place Morph in a square that character occupied. So let's say you KO a figure that's in the middle of your opponent's stuff, and they're all clustered together. Then Morph can just, you know, basically teleport there, get set down, and then and then you're succeeding on your shape change rolls. And it looks like that's what they want you to do with the next trait, or I'm sorry, special on his attack called Trickster, Plasticity, Sidestep, Stealth. So they want you to teleport him in there, basically. Have Plasticity to hold everybody in close, hope that the shape change protects you, and then that's it. It's cool. I mean, he's only 25 points, so sacrificing a 25-point character that has a 50-50 roll, okay, I can see it. Has Brotherhood of Mutants team ability. Starts off with an 8 range with that special, 10 attack, 17 defense, 2 damage with exploit weakness. the traded shape change is actually really good. This guy, for 25 points, he's super solid. So I could see giving him a try and seeing how that works out. Maybe it's better than I'm thinking. But I think he might need a little help with some survivability, but there's some things you could do. So I definitely like this guy. It looks like he's the rare prime. So hopefully we get to see the regular morph before the set drops. Up next is one of the colossal figures. It is Wendigo. He is number G018 in the set. He has the animal, monster, and mystical keywords. So monster, mystical, always are strong keywords. Has 2 traits, a special on his movement and a special on his damage. His first trait is called Smell of Flesh, Sidestep, but only if a character has a wounded token. When an opposing character takes damage from an attack, give that character a wounded token if they don't have one. When that character heals, remove an action to remove their wounded token. So basically, Wendigo doesn't have to hurt them just anytime they take damage. So I guess even if they roll a crit miss or something like that, or take fall damage, like just something independent of being actually hit, they would still get that wounded token, which is pretty cool. Then the trait, his other trait is called Ancient Mystical Curse. Colossal Stamina, Steel Energy. When Wendigo uses Steel Energy, he may heal past his starting line. Ooh, I see where we're going with this. His special on his movement is called In the Mountains, No One Hears You Scream. Charge, Flurry. When Wendigo ends his movement, after resolution, he may make a close attack, but only to target a character with a wounded token. So that's really cool there. You can move your full movement, basically, and then attack, and then I guess you could figure out a way to get him to move again. He has the traded sidestep, so you could sidestep, I guess, and then technically attack again if they had a wounded token. That is a really good ability there. Then the special on his defense is called You Cannot Escape the Wendigo. Stop, invulnerability. If no opposing character has a wounded token, do not stop turning this dial due to stop. So that is not so great if there's no wounded tokens, although hopefully, you had the foresight to get one out there. This guy's got a bunch of different starting lines. 300 points, 200 points, 100 points, and 15 points. So that is phenomenal to have that low cost mystical and monster, although monster arguably didn't need the help. So to start off at 300 points, he's got an 11 movement with that special, 12 attack, precision strike, 19 defense, invincibility, and indomitability, 5 damage with the giant symbol, and exploit weakness. That's pretty good. Then at 200 points, he has 10 movement with that special, 12 attack, super strength, 18 defense, impervious, indomitability, 4 damage, exploit weakness, and giant size. At 100 points, he has a 9 movement with that special, 11 attack, super strength, 18 defense, invulnerability, and 4 damage with exploit weakness. And then at 15 points, he has an 8 movement with that special, 11 attack, 17 defense, indomitability, and that special, 3 damage with giant size, and exploit weakness. 15 points, I like this guy as filler. The stop invulnerability is really good. That means, as long as there's a wounded token out there, his invulnerability can't be outwitted, and it ignores Pulse Wave, which is fabulous. And then he's got 3 damage exploit weakness, so he's definitely getting through any reducers anybody has. And then he has Charge, Flurry, and then if they have a wounded token, he can attack once he's moved anyway, and then if he sidesteps again, so you have a chance at like 3 attacks. Charge, which is power, and then move. So I don't know if you'd get 3 attacks with charge, because I think charge is a power action, then it says have speed value, then move. I'm not sure. You guys let me know in the comments below if you think you get to charge in, attack, then make your free attack if they have a wounded token, or if you're giving them one, I guess you would get your free attack, and then you could sidestep and attack again. So let me know if you think it would just be charge, attack, and then sidestep, free attack, or if it'd be charge in, attack, free attack from the first one for moving from charge, and then free attack from the sidestep. Let me know that in the comments below. I think it'd probably I think it's probably you just get you'd sidestep and then try to free attack. But always interesting to see that stuff. I definitely like this figure. Some ways around it. Some people pointed out when it was previewed, but this is probably one of the more meta figures we've seen from this set so far. Up next is number 24 in the set, Storm. She has the Morlocks, X-Men, and Deity keywords. She has one trait and a special on her movement. Her trait is called Nature I Command You, Bring Forth Thunder and Lightning. When Storm hits with a ranged attack, after resolutions, place a lightning marker on each hit target's square. At the beginning of your turn, choose a lightning marker and an effect. Deal 1 penetrating damage to a character occupying the square with the chosen lightning marker, and then remove that marker, or place that chosen lightning marker into a square next to its current square. So I think you just, like if you hit more than one character because she has 2 targets, I think you just move one of them, and then you can choose either to deal the 1 penetrating or move it. But still, that's pretty cool ability. 1 penetrating damage just after the fact at the beginning of your turn is really good. That's enough to, like, if somebody heals 1 click off of a stop click, that's enough to get them back on the stop click so as you can then attack them. So always useful for things like that. Then the special on her movement is called We Creep In with the Mist, Sidestep, Stealth. Both those powers are good to have. So she is 75 points, has the X-Men keyword, or I'm sorry, team ability. She also has the X-Men keyword though. 7 movement, 7 attack. Jeez, oh man, guys, it's getting late. 7 range, dual target. 10 movement with that special and the flight ability. 10 attack with TK. 18 defense with energy shield deflection and 3 damage. Man, that was one of the hardest starting lines for me to get through in a while, man. That was a struggle. I think I'm even going to leave it in the video. It was that hard of a struggle. But overall, for 75 points, she's not bad. We've been getting a few Storms lately. They're right around this cost though, and this is not the greatest version. I think all of them have the X-Men keyword too, so I'm not sure what this one's place is. I like the lightning markers though, so maybe somebody will figure something out. The TK is cool, but for 50 points I can get TK and Passenger 3 with the X-Men Xavier School one, and get a free ID card. So I don't see what more I'm getting with this one, but she's still cool, and I like the fact that she's in the getup from the animated series. Alright, and next up is Krakoa. This is a Colossal. It's number G21 in the set. He has a trait, a special on his movement, and a special on his damage. His trait is called The Flora Needs to Feed. Steal energy. Opposing characters that occupy or are adjacent to a hindering terrain marker must break away as if breaking away from Krakoa, and it may target them with a close attack regardless of adjacency. So that's really cool there. The hindering terrain is just awesome. He also has the monster keyword because I skipped right over that. So that's pretty cool there. Then the special on his movement is called Entangling Vines, Flurry, Phasing Teleport, Plasticity. So really cool there. So what this means is that if you're on a map that has a lot of hindering terrain, right, adjacent to hindering terrain square markers, so it's markers, so I guess it's only if you use Smoke Cloud, hindering terrain markers must break away. I'm not sure, this might not be quite as good as I thought, but anyway, if they have to treat them as adjacent, then it's Plasticity, and they have to, roll super good to break away. Then the special on his damage is called Colossal Retaliation, the Living Land. Free if no friendly character has been placed. This turn, choose an opposing character that attacked Krakoa or damaged a friendly character since your last turn. Place Krakoa such that it can make a close attack, targeting the chosen character. So then do so using Quake at no cost. If you do, after resolution, generate hindering terrain markers in all squares Krakoa occupied at the beginning and end of this turn. So that's how he's getting the hindering terrain markers out there. And I would assume that they clear at the end of your turn, although it doesn't say that, but I would assume. You guys let me know in the comments below if you think those would clear at the end of the turn, like Smoke Cloud. I would just say, if you put me in the pressure cooker, At my venue, I would sit, the first day without a rolling, I'd say they clear at the end of the turn. A few different point lines here: 600 points, 400 points, 150, and 70 points. At 600 points, he has a 10 movement with stealth, 12 attack with quake, 20 defense with invincible, and indomitability, 5 damage with that special. Whoo-wee, that's pretty good. Then at 400 points, he has a 9 movement with sidestep, 12 attack with quake, 19 defense, invincible, and indomitability, 4 damage with close combat expert. 150 points, has an 8 movement with sidestep, 10 attack with poison, 18 defense with invincible and indomitability, and 3 damage with that special. And then at 70 points, has a 7 movement with stealth, 10 attack with poison, 18 defense with invincibility, and 3 damage with that special. So overall, this is a pretty decent figure. Not very low costed, but I could see if you can, depending on when those hindering terrain markers come off the field, it could be very hard for your opponent to get around, because they're basically having to break away from plasticity every time they're near hindering terrain markers, which is pretty cool. So you guys let me know in the comments below which one of these previews was your favorite. I think a bunch of them were really good. Way more hits than misses in this. Definitely excited for this set. That's all I have for you guys today. As always, please remember that it's only critical miss if you don't have probability control.